It's right up my street. The numbers are just too tight.
I was in the middle of talking, actually, John.
What you're asking...
And it's fine.
I think it's a big step up for sort of your first project.
On that, it just doesn't work for me.
There's a lot going on here.
You're sneaky.
Too sneaky.
You're sneaky.
Property Elevator is back for Series 8 and we are bigger than ever. This year, we see our angels looking to invest their hard-earned cash into some of the best property deals on the market. But will they be keeping their lights green? Or will they be turning them red? Our angels are seasoned developers, investors and mentors with a combined experience of over 100 years. Our debt angel is Scott Marshall. Our equity angels are John Howard, Paul Mahoney, Hayley Andrews, Nicholas Woolwork and Ranjan Bhattacharya. It's up to our contestants to impress one or more of our angels for that all-important guidance and funding that they so desperately want. So, let's meet some of today's hopeful candidates, pitching their deals on today's show. Chloe, welcome to Property Elevator.
Hello,
Are you feeling excited?
Yeah, I am excited, yes.
Good, good. Tell us a little bit about the deal that you've brought today.
So this deal is a residential property that I am planning to convert to a 12-bed ensuite HMO.
Okay, so a bit of a large one.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Is this a bit of a step up for you in your property investment journey, or is this something that you're quite used to now?
No, it's definitely a step up. I'm used to renovating and flipping.
Okay.
So this would be the first to retain. That's why I'm looking for the Angels' support.
Great, so not just investment then, but also you'd be really wanting their mentorship too.
Yes, 100%. Definitely looking for some guidance on this one.
Is there anyone in particular that you think would do well with the guidance?
Yeah, I would love to get Hayley on board. Obviously, I know HMOs are her thing, and I just think it'll be really good, two women working together on it.
Totally. She's got a great HMO portfolio, but she's also a brilliant mentor too.
Yeah.
So I'll keep my fingers crossed for you.
Thank you.
It's time to send you up into the elevator.
Thank you very much.
Good luck, and we'll chat when you come back down.
Yes, I'll see you after. Thank you.
Off you go.
Hi Angels, my name is Chloe and I'm here today seeking an investment of £704,000 for a 50-50 joint venture partnership. This is to purchase and transform a residential property into a 12-bed ensuite HMO in Derbyshire. The purchase price of the property is £400,000, with the build costs, including contingency, of £270,000. The gross monthly income is £8,000, meaning the net after all costs, including management and maintenance, gives a net monthly cash flow of £2,700. The projected GDV is 847, with a profit of £140,000. There are strong comparables as there are 16 HMOs in the area, 3 of which have recently been granted change of use from C4 to sui generis. This area demonstrates high demand for premium quality HMO living. I'm looking for an investor that shares my vision not only on profitability, but on building a brand that is both recognisable and scalable. Thank you for your time. I look forward to your questions.
Chloe, well done. Very good presentation.
Yes.
Thank you.
Who would like to start?
I'll start if you like. What's the investment you're looking for from us?
I'm looking for the full investment of £704,000 for a 50-50 joint venture.
And do you have any funds to apply?
I don't know.
Have you done something like this before, Chloe?
So I've been renovating and flipping properties for the past 7 years. I've just recently secured 3 HMO conversions for other investors, one of which has just had pre-application approval for a commercial to HMO conversion.
Okay. Nicholas, you normally have got lots to say.
Sure. What deduction are you making to get from the gross to net on the rent?
So I've taken off 25% for the running costs.
Yep.
And then divided that by the 8.5% to get to the net yield.
Where is it again?
It's in Chesterfield, Derbyshire.
Chesterfield. Okay, great. What is it now?
So it's currently a residential property that is lived in by a couple. It's over 4 floors. The basement and the loft have already been converted, and it's just screaming out for HMO.
So it's a large family home.
Yeah, large. It's 3,300 square feet.
Okay,
Right, that's important. Thank you.
Great. Have you done any sort of build cost analysis on it?
Yes, so I have got a refurbishment quote from a builder,
Good.
and it's very detailed, and that's what I've based my estimations on.
Great. Okay, lovely. Thank you. Did you say how much that was? I don't know if I caught that.
Including contingency, 270,000.
Thank you.
Right, so just so I understand, you're looking for 704,000, which is the total amount.
Yes.
When do we get our money back?
So I'm open to discussion on it, but the property will generate an annual turnover of 32,000. So I project that the initial investment of the original build costs will be out within 8 months. That's when we will put the refinance on it, leaving just under 69,000 in the deal.
Okay, how do we get that back?
Off the revenue over a couple.
Yeah, so the revenue will be just over 24 months.
Good answer. Okay. Scott?
Shall I summarise as I
Yes, please
see it,
do.
if I can? So you effectively looking for £704,000 to purchase a property that you're going to spend 270k on, and that'll be, which is in total stand you in at 670. Okay, and the end value is 847.
Yes,
okay?
that's correct.
So from an equity angel's perspective, okay, putting 704k in, if the profit's being split 50-50, that's £70,000 profit for you, £70,000 profit for an angel. So that they're turning their, or the equity angel's turning their £704,000 equity investment into 775. If the net income from the property is 32,400, that's effectively a net yield of 4% on an end value of £847,000. It's a very tight margin, whether you're doing equity and debt, or just equity or just debt. The margin is tight just to make a 10% return on your money.
Yeah,
Is that why you've come to us? Because the deal kind of works better if it's just an equity angel?
That's what I was thinking, and I just, like sort of what John was saying, I knew you'd have other ideas of fresh eyes looking at the deal that maybe I've not thought of.
Okay.
Can I ask one question, if you don't mind? What's the average selling price of a similar family home in this street?
In this street, a few of them have already been converted to HMOs.
Okay.
This property was originally on the market at 475. I would say that is probably about the average. Because it's such a large property, it does limit the market of who's looking
buying
for
it.
Yeah.
And have any of those HMOs that are converted sold as HMOs?
They've not, no, they're still continuing
So
to be rented.
You have got an issue here that I see in my experience where we're relying heavily on an investment valuation.
Yeah.
It is a 12-bed HMO though.
I understand, and you will get it absolutely refinanced on that. The reality is we don't know what you'll actually sell it for. There is sometimes a reasonable difference between the HMO investment valuation and what you'll actually be able to sell it for when you come to sell it.
London,
because people will view it as a house on the same street as 10 houses that sold for 400 grand. So the risk with that is that when you do come to sell this in a few years' time, you might be over leveraged. So it's something just to bear in mind for everyone out there doing HMOs, that there's sometimes a difference in the investment valuation and what you can realistically sell it at. If there's so many bricks and mortar comparables of exactly the same property, bar a few bathrooms,
It's a good, you made a good point.
the resale value could be hit, and that's really important just to remember. And if you're fine sitting on it for 15 years, it doesn't matter. But if you do want
And
to
as
sell
long as it cash flows, you would be fine sitting.
you would be fine. Absolutely.
Scott, have you managed to work a few figures out?
Yeah, no, I have. I have, but the deal still doesn't work.
Come on, try
So
a bit
let me
harder.
just run it through the numbers through with
Okay.
you. So purchase price 400, bill cost 270, stamp duty at 670 before stamp duty, legal
Yeah.
fees, etc. You can get development finance for about 75% on that, which is £502,000. The difference between the 704, okay, total purchase price and bill costs, including fees, and the 502 is 202,000.
Bit better.
Okay. That means that the investor, in theory, equity investor, would get, for their £202,000 investment, would get £277,000 back, a 30% return. That being said, from a debt perspective, I think the numbers are still tight, and let me talk you through why. Okay, so the covenants that will be put around you of, say, 75% loan to cost and 65% loan to GDV means that the difference between what you can borrow for the purchase and the renovation, which is 502,000, and 65% of your GDV, which works out at £550,000, means there's only £48,000 delta for the interest between the 502 and the 550. Okay, and development finance tends to be more expensive than £48,000 over the 12 to 18 months that you'll need for the project. So I think from that perspective, from a debt perspective, it doesn't work.
But would you agree with probably the rest of us that actually for angel investing 202,000 is a lot better than investing the full amount or anything else?
Of course I agree, but it's got to work from both a debt perspective and an equity perspective.
Well, why would it just work for me?
Basically, upon refinance, you're leaving some capital in.
Yeah.
But our initial capital up front is, of course, less.
A lot less.
Yeah.
A lot less. So that's...
I think to make it work, you'd be needing to pay for the property about 300,000.
Exactly. Do you know what? That's a little bit scary. I've actually agreed with you for once. Okay, any other questions? Who wants to delve in a bit further? Or are we ready to make offers? Ranjan, you've been relatively quiet on this.
Yeah, I think this is one of these deals that just, for me, it comes down to the figures. I mean, the type of deal, you as an investor, that's all fine. But it's just down to the figures. And I think one of my rules of thumb is that if you're putting equity into a project, you have to cost that equity. Yep. So you're looking for a 10%. I'm looking for a 10% return on the equity that I'm putting in, plus, of course, the uplift, the profit from investing that equity. And on that, it just doesn't work for me on my investment criteria.
So that's a no.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, Paul?
Yeah, I'm happy to go. Just on the basis that we'd be left in the deal for 24 months, it's not really one for me. I'm not in the process of purchasing more properties and holding on to them for rent. So for that reason, it's not one for me.
Hayley?
Yeah, it's not. This one's not for me. But it's right up my street. The numbers are just too tight.
Yeah.
If you negotiate it down to 300, give me a call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's okay. Nicholas?
I think you've got to take a long-term view on this. And that's not where I'm at with my investing at the moment. I want to be in and out as an investor within a couple of years, ideally. I want to lock in that profit, and holding on to properties and being a landlord is getting harder and harder with all the regulation. I think it's the time to build houses for people, not HMOs. That's my opinion. So I won't be investing, I'm afraid.
So that's a long-winded way of saying no, Chloe. So
it's giving some genuine advice at the same
Goodness
time,
me.
John.
So that
But the good thing is everybody's thinking like Nicholas, which means there's an
yes,
opportunity to
I would
drive the
agree
price
with that.
down.
Absolutely.
That's just my own
So,
investment
John,
approach.
you want to get into bed sits now?
Well, I was in bed sits a long time before you got into
I'm not
property.
talking about your personal living accommodation.
No.
John.
In
Talking
my-
about investing.
Chloe, was when I was at my physical peak.
This morning.
In Felixstowe, when I was in my early 21, 22, whatever, I used to do a lot of bed sits, and people think I don't know anything about HMOs. In those days, we called them bed sits, and we had meters, and you used to put 5 pence in, or 10 pence, or 50p. You got that 50p,
Half a shilling, John.
pound into for electric and everything like. I ignored that and everything like that. So people don't think I know anything about HMOs. I know plenty about HMOs. I've managed them for people originally and bought them and got rid of them, to be honest with you, most of the time, because I've had enough. And it's very frustrating because you've come into the show with what is a perfectly acceptable deal, apart from the most important thing, and that's the price. And unfortunately, if you said to us, look, it's £300,000 to purchase, yeah, I think there's a lady on my right that would have probably said, you know what, I'll give that a go.
Yeah.
And I would have been tempted as well. But unfortunately, on this occasion, it has to be a no. But hopefully what you've taken away from this is that what I find with people, most of the people I talk to and help, if I can, and advise, is they're all too nice. They're all too nice. They want to take 20,000 off the purchase price, don't want to upset anyone. No, you go for it. Okay, and you be aggressive about, in a nice way, aggressive in terms of reducing the price. Don't listen to what agents say. Yeah. You pay what works for you. And at this level, it doesn't work for you. If it was like 300,000, it would work. Go and find another one that is the right money, and I'm sure you would always get an angel somewhere, be it here or a private individual to invest in you, because you're very investable.
You did a great job on the pitch.
Yeah.
Very
Fantastic.
clear.
You did.
Brilliant.
But today, I'm afraid it's a no.
Well done.
Well done.
Good pitch. Well done.
Good
Thank
job.
you very much.
That was a shame, because actually she was very investable, very pleasant, and she, like you said, Ranjan, she was realistic about the management charges and anything
That
else.
was a good sign. And by the way, your no was the most lengthiest no I've seen in the series.
Talk about my long nose, John.
And you berate us.
Spending far too much time around us. That's
Well,
why.
Calling the kettle black.
I actually was trying to let her down gently, because she's done a really good job
Yeah,
apart
she
from the
did.
price, and I
Absolutely.
I didn't want to just be too blunt about it.
Yeah.
which I
To be
can
fair,
be.
It's a
your
shame
final
about
point
the
was
numbers,
spot on.
actually, because
Yeah.
she's my favourite pitch so far.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree.
That
It's so
we couldn't
frustrating.
invest in.
People
Yeah.
have got to be more, they've got to be more aggressive about what they pay for things. They've got to get them down. They're too much, and
It wasn't really financeable though, was it, Scott?
the selling is in the buying.
No, listen, if you buy well, you can sell.
Exactly, spot on. And that's the biggest message we can give people from this show, really.
The spreadsheet gives you the offer
Make your
price.
money in the buying.
Get the price down.
Hi, Chloe.
Hello.
So no investment today.
No, not today.
How do you think that the whole experience was, though, for you?
Oh, it was amazing, yeah, just to get the feedback, and even the experience of obviously standing there and investing to them is great for me.
Great. Oh, well, thank you so much for coming. Do keep in touch with us all, and keep pushing Hayley, keep sending her deals, and I'm sure something will come for you in the future.
I'm sure, yeah, thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Lee, so are you excited to be here today?
Very much so.
It's great to have you with us.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your property experience.
So we're currently doing renovations at the moment. Originally I was in logistics and transport, owning a company beforehand.
Okay.
Then went into the commercial EV charge point operation area.
Right.
From there, after a holiday and speaking with my wife, decided to take the leap into property development, done a couple of land sourcing courses, and then went into it full time. doing renovations and property flips currently.
Okay.
And yeah, so on site and doing everything from rip out all the way through to the end.
So you're very hands-on then?
Yes, very much so.
Good. And is there a specific area that you tend to work in?
To be honest with you, with regards to what we want to do is more to do with a bit of a niche, bringing the EV infrastructure into property development and into houses. So renewables, those sort of solutions.
Yes, sustainable focus.
Yes, correct, yeah.
Lovely. Well, good luck. Is there anyone in particular that you think might like the deal that you've brought today?
I'm just open to the experience,
Yeah.
going up there and chatting and getting some feedback and go from there.
Brilliant. Well, best of luck, Lee.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to send you up into the elevator and we'll see you when you come down.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Thank you. Hi Angels, thank you very much for your time today. My name is Lee. I'm here to present an exciting opportunity in North London. I'm seeking 1.3 million in return for 50% equity in the purchasing SPV, a prime mixed-use development project on George's Road. 1 to 3 George's Road currently is an existing MOT and car garage. It's on the corner of Holloway Road and right next to Holloway Station. It's a stone's throw away from the Emirates Stadium. It's a plot of around 641 to 642 square metres at a cost of 2.5 million. The freehold site is perfectly positioned for sustainable urban redevelopment with 2 strong exit strategies. Option 1, game planning, develop 9 high-spec residential units with a commercial space incorporating EV charging and e-commerce logistics underneath, designed for sale or retention, targeting a GDV of 10.9 million and a projected profit of 1.84 million. The residential units consist of 6 times 3 beds and 3 times 4 beds. The 3 beds we're trying to work out around about 102 square metres and the 4 beds are 124 square metres. Option 2 is to gain planning and then develop a 3-floor commercial development, also incorporating EV charging and e-commerce logistics, as well as retail and offices above. Designed for retention, this one generating 462,000 per annum in rental income at roughly around about £23 a square foot and a GDV of 10 million. The site already has 2 of the biggest charge point operators interested in taking the leases for the EV charging operation underneath. We also have an indicative proposal of 1.5 million for finance for the project purchase from our broker. I'd love to hear your thoughts and answer any questions you may have. Thank you very much for your time.
Lee, thank you very much indeed for a very detailed pitch. It's very, very good. Who would like to start first?
No, I don't mind having a crack at this one. Hi, hi Lee.
Hi,
I did my first commercial to resi in Holloway Road, actually.
Yes.
2013, so I know the area very, very well. Have you, so many things to talk about here.
Yeah.
Have you actually you haven't got planning on it?
No, there's no planning currently with regards to the site.
Now, the thing about, are you buying it or proposing to buy it subject to getting planning?
No,
Will there be
proposing
any?
at the moment is purchasing without planning.
Unconditional.
Unconditional.
The problem, one of the reasons I stopped developing in Islington is that the council are a pain in the neck.
Yeah.
And it takes years to get these sort of planning things.
There's an upside to that.
Go on.
Next door to that, there was an existing warehouse of exactly the same size as the MOT and the car garage. That has been redeveloped and put into, I think, around about 7 properties, and a commercial space there as well got developed last year.
Okay, that's a good answer. One other thing I did not see in your pack, because Islington Council is one of these nasty councils that impose something called a small sites contribution.
Okay.
They charge you £50,000 per extra dwelling you create.
Okay.
So that pretty much adds £450,000 to just pay for their pensions and painting their town hall.
I did put a thing with regards to the seal on there for 400,000.
That's extra.
That's extra on top
there's
as
seal.
well. Okay.
There's 106.
Yeah.
And then there's a small sites contribution,
Okay.
which is £50,000
Yeah, well,
just for the
thank you very much for
privilege
that
of doing an
info.
extra
Yeah.
flat,
Yeah.
which does torpedo a lot of projects in those
Yeah.
areas.
Yeah, the problem when the higher you go in terms of size,
Yeah.
pro rata, the less you get for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you know, if it's, I don't know how much you would be in that area.
And above commercial.
And above commercial
3
is
to
an
4
awesome
beds
issue.
above
So,
commercial.
you know, if you're going for, you know, 1,500 square feet flats or 1,000 square feet flats, pro rata you get less for them than you would if you did 2 one-bedders probably.
But with the size and the availability there as well, what kind of did scare me at that point is obviously once you go over the 9 properties going into then the social housing,
Social housing
exit,
requirement, yeah.
that's something that I wouldn't have experience in, you know. So
You can still do a viability assessment for that.
Yeah.
So if you go over the 9 and you can prove it's not viable to build the site for say 12 flats,
Yeah.
you won't pay that Section 106
Yeah.
pay.
If you,
So
basically, if you're making less than 20%, then you can negotiate that, or you can do what's called a commuted payment. So you give them a cheque to put the social somewhere else.
That's really good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
What have you got in for the build costs at the moment? So I understood what the purchase price was, and so what loan you were getting.
Option 1, the
Option
build
1,
costs
yeah.
around about 4.68 million.
So build 4.68.
Yeah, and for option 2, the build cost is 3.88.
Okay, and what's that build cost per square foot?
So the residential, I've got 2,400 per square metre, and then the commercial 1,800 per square metre.
What is it you're actually offering us? What's the deal for
50%
us?
equity.
50% equity.
And
How much do you want from us? Sorry.
1.3 million.
1.3 million.
Okay, so
That's
then the
where
next
that came from.
Yeah, so the next question is how much money are you putting into this transaction?
So I can get to around about 100,000 myself.
Okay.
So what I'm bringing to the table is my expertise in regards to the EV infrastructure, the network that I have with e-commerce and logistics operators, and also my experience. I built my own company from a desk in my mum and dad's bedroom.
how did you come to the GDV of the 10 million on the commercial side?
So the commercial side, what I've got is a GDV of a square metre of around about 5,380. So,
Okay.
and that's roughly what is currently being sold around the area at that time.
Okay, for vacant possession buildings?
For it's at the moment, it's probably actually up to what is actually an habitable kind of office environment.
Yeah, because an
commercial
office
space.
or retail is usually valued.
Yeah.
Let me finish my sentence before John cuts me off.
Or me.
Usually valued and can be valued on the yield and the quality of the tenant within it.
Yeah.
More recently, since we've had issues in the market, they're valuing them more and more on vacant possession value, the banks.
Oh, right, okay.
So what I want to know is,
Gutless lot, aren't they?
what is that 10 million? Is that a vacant possession bricks and mortar valuation? I doubt it. Your
lease the
valuation of
same.
the commercial is 10 million.
Yeah.
What is that number? Is that
Oh, the option
How-
two.
what-
You're
the option
talking about. So I've got the two commercial charge point operators already interested in a 30-year lease with regards to the site.
Great.
So
Now we're getting
so
somewhere.
that in itself, I've got experience with leasing out to some gyms, so gym franchises, etc.
This is all a bit messy. I'm a bit confused. I'm not the brightest
Yeah.
in the world,
Yeah.
but I've done a lot of deals.
Yeah.
And we're all over the place here. We've got we're doing residential 1 minute, then we're doing commercial. Where are we on the 30-year leases for the electric? And by the way, I think the electric cars are a waste of time. I've had one. I've got rid of it.
That's your decision.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it is. If you're in London, it's slightly different. I mean, Ranjan, you haven't.
No, petrol
But
all the way.
You did have a car.
I'll
The same
return my
colour.
car-
You had the car
Clarkson.
the same colour as mine.
Yeah, I did.
And I was so disappointed. I had to change my car.
John,
done the first ever.
John, you sound like my parents trying to work the VHS
Yeah.
and refusing to get rid of
Just
it.
saying. So the 30-year lease you've got.
Yeah.
What rent have you got?
Yeah, so
off
at the
these
moment
guys?
it's in negotiations.
Yeah,
I've
but
asked,
roughly, what would you normally
so
expect?
it's in. They're looking at around about 50 to 100k per annum.
Right.
I want to get them to 150k per annum. I can. Well, the problem is with EV infrastructure. What they do is like to charge per bay.
Yeah.
Right.
How many bays are you going to get?
Well, 10
bays,
to 11
okay.
bays. Now, the thing for me is that actually I can go down the EV route with the EV charge points, but
Yep.
because of my e-commerce experience and cargo bike
Yes.
experience, I can rent out the whole space rather than the bays.
Right.
So even though that we've got the EV charge point operators there available, I would still like to try and get an e-commerce cargo bike operator to take the whole space rather than
the
base.
great thing, and Scott will, I'm sure, confirm this, and everyone else, is that if you can get what's got a pre-let,
Yes.
then that really underwrites the development to a great extent. And may even interest Paul into actually commenting on it. You never know.
Not sure about that.
Okay, so Lee, we've talked through option one. I'm trying to understand the numbers. So option one, purchase price 2.5 million.
Correct.
Build costs 4.7 million.
Yep.
Stands you in at a total of 7.2.
Correct.
The GDV is 10.9.
Yep.
And you said that there was a profit of roughly 1.8 million.
Yeah.
That means there's a shortfall somewhere of 1.9 million. Is that interest costs?
By the way, the other problem with these costs is the impact on the cash flow of the project, because they're payable on getting planning permission. And it's a condition that you pay it before you start works, but you don't have any inflow of cash to pay for it.
So
Okay, Paul, what do you think? I mean, contamination is another issue.
yeah, I've put £85,000 down for contamination.
I mean, I think going back to your experience, obviously you've done a bit of building work, but this would be your first development as the developer. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it's fair to say. I think the one thing that in my favour is that I've hired and fired C-suites at my level. I've also had a lot of projects. I've took on retailers, big retailers throughout the UK, dealt with them, took the onboarding process, and so I've dealt with subcontractors and projects at a high level.
Okay, so I think it's time probably to make some decisions.
So, basically, in terms of option one, just gets brass tacks. Okay, option one, you're looking at a profit of 1.8 million.
Yes, hopefully.
Hopefully, okay. And option two, a profit of 2.3 million.
Yeah, the option two for me would be to retain the property.
But it has no planning at the moment. So you're buying it effectively unconditionally on spec that you're going to get planning, and you're doing it using a bridging loan to whilst you're securing planning.
Yeah.
Now, one of the problems with that is that the planning process is something that you cannot control.
Agreed.
And therefore, it can take you 6 weeks, it can take you 6 years, and you're stuck on an expensive bridging loan. There's a lot going on here.
Yes.
Okay, and I think it's really clear, it's very well thought through. Okay, so option one, which is effectively a mixed use scheme, okay, you're going to make profits of £1.8 million. Okay, where you've got purchase price all in at 2.6, costs of 4.7 plus ancillaries about 700k, GDV of 10.9 million. Okay, option two, same purchase price, costs of give or take 4 million quid, stands unit at 6.6, GDV 10 million. After interest costs, you're talking about a profit of 2.3 million. If the purchase price is 2.6 all in, you're putting in 100k. You need the entirety of the 2.5 million to complete the purchase, and you're looking for both debt and equity.
Okay, well, very well said, Scott. Right, let's go and get some decisions here to see if we can get Lee up and running.
Fingers crossed.
Even if it is electric chargers. Right. Who would like to go first? Paul?
I'll go first. I drive the opposite of an electric car. I've got a G-Wagon, so it's...
Oh, you are the devil. You're the devil.
It's
Twin
one of my
turbo
favourite
V8.
cars. I've got a...
He's the devil.
Yeah,
these
I mean,
days.
look, as I said before, I think this is a big step up. It's not a small development. There's numerous risks involved with it.
Agreed.
Biggest being the planning.
Yeah.
Even if you do get to let out the space whilst waiting for the planning, as Scott said, you could be waiting years.
Correct.
And who knows what happens in those years. So, yeah, I think there's too many risks associated with this, given the size of it and the planning risk there. So, yeah, for that reason, it's not for me.
Who would like to go next?
I'll go.
Yes.
So I like you, and I love the idea of the pre-let.
You like everyone.
Yeah, I do. I'm a nice person, you see.
Are you?
Until money's involved, and then.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is too much of a step up for you. I'd be concerned about how much we would have to hold your hands, and I'm not convinced on your numbers.
No.
Or the demand. I just don't know enough to be able to kind of.
Okay.
No.
So that's a.
It's a no from me.
Very good. Got there in the end. We got there in the end,
It
didn't we,
doesn't
Lee?
float my boat, let's say.
No, it's fine. No worries.
Ranjan, I mean, this is your bag really, because you know the area so well.
I know the area. We've done lots of
It's
developments.
right up your street,
within
Ranjan.
Just a mile of that. I think option 2 is an ongoer. To do fully commercial, it's the upstairs bits.
Yeah.
There's no demand for those sort of first floor offices in that area. If you look, there's tons available. They're not letting people want modern service blocks and all that sort of stuff. I don't think option 2 is a goer. I think the issue with option 1, with anything in somewhere like Islington, you really need to have some kind of pre-planning discussion with the council and come to us with that. Islington Council are notoriously difficult. In fact, there's a site there that has been empty and people have been trying. I started investing in property in 1990 and people have been trying since 1990 to develop this site in the middle of the Archway roundabout. It's constantly been knocked back, and that's been, a lot of years in planning. So they're very, very notorious for that. But I think the way you're going to make this deal work is to buy this subject to planning and involve the existing vendor, who's obviously not trading from the MOT garage, but involve him in the deal to kind of let the site out initially to the EV guys while you share the reward and the risk of getting planning upside with that vendor.
I understand that.
And if you want some help in structuring that, I can work with you, but not on the basis of
that deal.
The deal that's as presented.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That's good to know. Thank you.
That's the way I'd do it.
I'll go next, shall I? I don't always take Ranjan's advice and I don't always listen to him, but on this occasion I'm going to. And for everything that's been said and the fact that you haven't got a pre-app from the local authority, is so important, because then if you get the pre-app sorted out, you know roughly what they want. And then if you came in here with a pre-app, it would have been much clearer as to what is going to happen. And for that reason, I'm afraid it's not for me either.
No, thank you. Pre-app is definitely the next stage.
Nicholas.
I'll let you go.
Well, no, Nicholas, and then...
I'm happy for Scott to go.
No, it was...
I'm not ready yet, John.
Okay, so let me just explain where I'm at from a debt perspective. This is a huge step up from what you have done before. And in order and I think we've already heard from people that know the area, know some of the challenges with the transaction with this part of London, what is involved and how difficult it is. And there's a lot of uncertainty around the planning, the occupancy, the time it's going to take, etc. That being said, and there's also great upside potential in particularly option 1 that you're looking to do, where there is obviously huge demand for residential, albeit that there's less demand above commercial. I think that you are somebody who is backable, and I would be interested to work with you on something which is a natural next step on your journey, rather than something which is such a big step up and with so many uncertainties.
Thank you very much.
So for this transaction, it's not one for me.
Nicholas.
There's not a lot about this property deal I like, to be honest. I'm not going to go over old ground.
No,
I'm not going to go over old ground from the guys. I think you can build a lot more units.
Yeah.
The current residential scheme doesn't work. Once you add in the small site contributions, there's no way the GDV of the commercial vacant building's worth 10 million. What I love is you, and I love a 30-year lease. Right, so I'm going to make you an offer.
Wow.
On your business, right?
Okay.
We'll go 50-50 partnership.
Okay.
We'll match your 100K into the business over time when we need it. And we're going to find sites that need very little property development or a quick, easy flip that have got some land that we're going to stick a ton of EV chargers on.
Perfect. That's right down my street,
So cutting a long story short, it's not one for Nick, this deal either.
No.
And that's a long way.
I will do this deal if we can make it work. So my offer is on this deal if we can make it work, which I know we won't, but we'll go on to do a lot more business.
Yeah. So on that basis, I'd love to do a deal on that situation.
Well done.
Brilliant.
Yeah, really
Let's grow a
appreciate it.
serious
Well done,
business
Lee.
together.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well done.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Awesome.
We'll
Looking forward
catch
to it.
up.
Yeah. Speak to you soon.
Brilliant.
Take care.
Thank you. See you later, everyone. Thank you very much for your time.
Nicholas, what the hell was that? I mean, we're not even. That wasn't the deal he came in with.
No.
I'm gonna try.
That isn't the deal we come in with.
I'm going to try.
You're
not
sneaky.
Too
You're
sneaky.
sneaky.
It's called smug, John,
No, it's
and
not.
it's called wait to the
It's
end
not.
and seeing an
That
opportunity
isn't.
no one
That
else has
isn't
seen.
the gist.
No,
That
it's
isn't the whole
not
point
about
of the
not
deal.
seeing an opportunity.
No.
He pitched
Yes,
the
it
deal.
is.
He pitched
We
no.
didn't like the deal,
No.
yet you still
No.
made an offer on something
No.
that.
I made an offer on his deal.
Yeah, but we could all do partnership with people.
Put it this
There
way.
was no deal
There's
there.
There's no deal there.
His USP, his business. He came in for a
No.
50-50 JV.
Ranjan could have done the same. We could all have done the same. You're out of order.
Yeah.
Bang out of order.
I'll leave you crying in the
Go
corner
sit
whilst we
on
make the
naughty
millions.
step.
Welcome back.
Yeah. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing, more important?
Yeah, I'm really excited. Yeah, it wasn't the deal that I went up there with, but having a deal from Nick and Scott is amazing. Brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've got a fantastic business partner in Nicholas. He's really great.
It's brilliant. Look forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. What's going to be your next step then?
So next step is to get a business plan and that together with regards to Nick, catch up with him on a Teams call, and then go from there. So we shall see. Watch this space.
Great. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure
It's been a pleasure.
and all the best.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Idris, welcome to Property Elevator. It's great to have you with us today. Where have you travelled from?
Walthamstow.
Okay, so not too far.
Not too far now.
And is that where your deal is?
No, my deal's actually in Sheffield.
Okay, tell me a little bit about it.
So it's a 25 bedroom, 25 one bed apartments. It's ground up development right next to the city centre. And yeah, GDV's around 3.75, purchase price is 200k.
Well, best of luck. I'm going to send you up into the elevator now and we'll chat later.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi Angels, my name's Idris and I'm here today to ask for £400,000 for a 75% share in my deal. So the deal is 25 one bedroom apartments in Sheffield. It's a ground up development. The purchase price is 200k and it's a 10,000 square footprint. The build cost for that is £200 a square foot, comes to £2 million. I've valued them at 150k per unit, so it's 25 times 150k comes to 3.75. Minus the build cost 2 million, minus the purchase price 200 grand, and you got a GDV profit of 1.55.
Okay.
Well, that was a swift pitch. Thank you.
That's
I
what I
appreciate
call
that.
an
Idris.
That's what I call an impressive pitch.
And breathe.
And breathe.
Yeah.
Very
I
good.
didn't even read the rest of the cards. I was supposed to read them, but yeah.
Okay, who would like to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Yes.
So Idris, that was straight to the point, very concise and precise and articulate. Really like it. Just talk to us about you, your background, where you live, how you come across the opportunity.
Okay, so I'm 41 years old. I was born and raised in Walthamstow. Left school, done a bit of cars, buying and selling cars. I was always involved in property regarding like renting land or getting a shop or a lease. And then when in 2010, I opened my first supported living unit. My last project was an MOT centre, which I've just sold. So I had to do planning for that one. I had to go to committees, appeals, all sorts of stuff on that one as well. So yeah, that's where I am now.
Does this have planning?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
How many stories is it?
6.
Okay. Very nice to hear you used to be a car dealer, because in the old days, a lot of property people started off in the car trade.
Okay.
All were estate agents and then ended up becoming property dealers and investors. So it's
It's a
interesting.
similar game, isn't it? It's all about a deal, isn't it?
All about buying and selling. You're absolutely right. And do you know what the problem is? The modern generation of property investors. They don't understand that. They're not like you and they're not like me. They
If
don't
it's a
understand
car,
that.
it's a house, it's a
But
deal.
all
it's a
they
deal.
want is to look at data. They don't want to talk to any estate agent. They don't want any relationship with anyone. It's bonkers. So I love your style. That's the first thing. How much money are you going to put into this deal yourself?
25%.
25% of the purchase price?
Purchase price. So the way I've been speaking to the lender is, so it's a 200k purchase price for the land with the planning.
Yes.
He said to me he'll give me 60% of the purchase price.
Yep.
So I'd have to put in 80.
Yep.
And then obviously because I was by myself, he's saying, look, you're gonna have to do the first part of the build yourself, pay for it. So the 150k for the groundworks, removing the muck and stuff, and then invoice them, and then they'll pay us on the invoice. But
Idris,
that's going to get into problems. I can see that.
Idris, you won't end up having to do that with me.
Already. Yep.
So, okay.
Very confident.
Who else would like to?
Where's the build cost from?
So 2-3 different builders, but it's just ballpark figures. So we've had 150 pound, all the way up to 220, but I reckon we should just keep it at 250, at 2.5 mil. And if we get it better, windows, balconies, anything we get reduced, all the better.
Is there build cost including consultants' fees, architects, contract management, project management?
No.
Okay, so that would usually be on a site of this size, something in the region of 10 to maybe 13% of the build cost.
Okay.
So you have to remember to add that back on top.
Okay. What's the end game with this? What's the exit? You're looking to keep it? What's the end game for the
Would love
investor?
to keep it. So basically, obviously, you know, it's Sheffield City Centre. The normal procedure would be to give it to the students or just rent it or sell them. But I want to do something else. I want to give it to the council or the Home Office on a guaranteed rent scheme, 5 or 10 year guaranteed rent. Then when we go back for the revaluations, we'll get a higher valuation due to the 10-year guaranteed, and it's with a local authority or a local government.
So you said that the purchase price is 200, build cost
right.
2 million, stands you at 2.2.
That's right.
You said you're putting 25% in, so 25% of 2.2 is 550k.
No, 25% of the purchase
Of the
price.
purchase price. So your contribution is 50k.
Yeah, so I'll contribute the 50k, but the way they were saying it is you lot pay the first invoice, which we worked out to be around 150k. So I would put in 25% of that as well.
Okay.
Good
Have you
for
ever
you.
done a project of this size?
No.
No.
That's why I'm here today.
What's the biggest
answer.
project that you've ever done?
Me, myself.
Number of units?
Sorry?
Number of units?
No, I haven't. I've been in partnership with my friends and stuff. One of my friends is a big, large developer in Walthamstow. They do them all over the place. He's the second largest social housing provider in London.
Wow. Wow.
So what's your team look like? Who's going to be managing this on a day-to-day basis?
Obviously, I'm here with you guys, so obviously we would have to hire a project manager. So obviously regarding anything they need in Sheffield, I'll be down there whenever they need me. Builders, plasterers, plumbers, anything they need, I can organise it all for you.
Okay.
Nicholas, what do you think? You got some questions?
I'm just trying to work out what's wrong with it.
Yeah. I've got a
It's
few
next to a
questions.
railway line. It's next to an active railway line.
Great. Okay,
now you tell us.
No, it's
You left
just
that a bit late.
obviously I
I'm
want to
glad-
invest
I'm
in it as
glad,
well. So
yeah.
if you lot say it's not investable, then you've saved me putting my money.
One thing you
in
have
my
got when
money.
you're next to a railway line, I don't know if you've got this far with it, you might have planning permission, but when you come to build it, you're going to have to deal with TfL.
Yeah, so now in the docks there is letters
National
from
Rail,
Network
sorry.
Rail. So if
Yeah.
you go into the docks, there is letters from communication with Network Rail.
Okay.
So they're done stage 1. Now it's going to be stage 2. So regarding the boundary line,
Yep.
it's the build is right inside of the line.
Yep.
So it's next to the wall.
Okay. And have
Close
you,
to transport links is an advantage.
Wow. Idris, is there parking with the scheme?
No, it's bicycles.
Bicycles, and you said it's behind a railway line.
Yeah.
Where's the station? The train station?
Literally 5 minutes walk.
So the train station's 5 minutes walk, so it's very well connected. Okay.
Yeah. It's literally on the city centre, on the edge of the city centre.
Yeah.
It's 5 minute walk to the station. It's 5 minute walk to Harlem University.
Yeah.
If you want to go down the student route.
So a lot of money's being spent on Sheffield Centre at the moment.
Where did you get the 150,000
I just sold that.
a flat valuation from?
150k, just doing comparables and sold prices in the area. So they're
Do we
like
know
170.
Do you know what you can rent them for individually?
If so, the students they're from anywhere from 800 to 1,100 pound. Plus they charge them a crazy service charge and all that malarkey. So it's about around 800 pound to 1,000 pound a month.
Yeah.
So it's around 300k a year.
Yeah.
What's that price per square foot on the units? The end value?
I'm not sure. So
It's about 275 a foot.
Yeah, 375 a foot.
the flats, there's 20.
End value,
There's 20
10,000
flats.
square feet.
The one on this side, the 20 units are 30 square meters, and the ones on this side, there's 5 of them. They're 35 square 35 square meters.
So it's 10,000 square feet.
So it's 930 square meters comes to 10,000 square foot.
Yeah.
We give you the funding today. What are you gonna?
tomorrow.
What's your next steps tomorrow?
So first of all, I'm going to find a competent project manager who's done projects like this before, because I'm going to be relying on him. Obviously, I can scream and shout as much as I like, but he knows the job. So I'm going to find somebody competent that can control the builders and stuff, and start trying to work down windows, balconies, doors, trying to just work down the build cost.
Paul, what do you think?
I think it's a big step up for sort of your first project.
That's why I'm here today.
Yeah, and I get that.
Good
I get that.
answer. I like that.
However, not being in the area, relying on a project manager, undoubtedly encountering issues you haven't encountered before, that adds a lot more risk.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's not for me for that sort of reason.
No problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
How much equity do you think is needed?
Just adding it up. So let's assume that the build costs are right, okay, at £2 million. But let's say that before all the other bits and pieces, you're at 2.2 million. So typically you might be able to raise somewhere between 75 and 85% of that figure. So that's where the 400k comes from. I think that from my perspective, if another angel was interested, then I would be interested. So for me, sometimes, and I've said this before, sometimes debt goes hand in hand with equity, and sometimes debt competes with equity. This is a case where it goes hand in hand with equity. You won't get the debt without the equity partner who's experienced doing this type of thing. So that's where I'm at the moment.
Thank you.
So let me see how this plays out.
It's not for me.
No problem.
No.
That's fine.
I like you though.
Thank
kind
you.
of like a Dell boy, old school.
Thank you.
Ranjan, what are your thoughts?
I do like it. It's not for me because I think the exit is. I'm not quite convinced. If the exit was a sale exit, but I'm not quite convinced that it is really a sale exit. It's more of a rental exit, and that's not something that I particularly want to be in up there. So for that reason, I'm out. But I think it was very, very tempting, but it's just not for me.
No problem.
But I don't have a problem with the project itself.
Thank you.
Who would like to go next?
It's just me and you, John. I don't mind going next. Well, sorry, Scott's still in. I think I'm going to do John a favour here because I think this is the perfect deal for him to do with Scott. And quite frankly, I need to chuck him a bone occasionally. So, joking aside, I think there's a natural partnership here. For me, from my own account, it's a bit too far north. Like Ranjan, I prefer to operate in the south of England, control my portfolio there a bit more. I'm happy to do joint ventures further afield, but I think you need a little bit more help.
Mentoring, yeah.
You know, and so I don't think I'd be able to give you that in that location. So for me, it's not for me. But I think it's a really exciting site, to be honest, and it's a really nice size. So for anyone looking to bring deals onto the show, this is a great deal size.
We get them all the time.
Yeah.
So that leaves me, doesn't it?
It does.
You and Scott.
And you don't share.
Scott,
You don't share.
I share with a bit of debt. Okay, so my problem I have with this deal is that I'm not convinced that the flats are worth 150,000 each when they're finished. My gut feeling, and it is only a gut feeling, is there'd be more like 100,000 each when they're done. And that's a massive drop in what we're saying. I just cannot bring myself to agree with you on the net values of each flat. So I'm afraid on this occasion it's a no, which I'm frustrated about because I you know, it's a shame, but unfortunately it's a no today.
And therefore, because there's no equity angel that's offering, the debt angel also falls away.
But anyway, thank you very much for coming
guys.
today.
Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, the first thing to do there would have been to find an end user.
Yes, yes.
You know, whether it's the council to sign up or Serco or one of the one of the providers.
Yeah.
And then say, look, here's a bit of paper saying, in principle, they'll.
But you made the point, though, that they only like schemes where there's 5 or 6 units.
Yeah, Nicholas made that point. It's a very good point.
And
the
therefore,
asylum
from that
model's
perspective,
more.
it makes it difficult.
Plus the assisted model.
Yeah, the asylum.
find
The
some.
Asylum would have taken it.
Having said all that, you know, one bedroom city centre flats.
Yeah.
You know, there is a market for those.
There is,
particularly
but
when
they're next to the railway line. It's on a. There's a lot of.
There's a lot of flats
challenges.
in
A lot of
Manchester
civil
as well
engineering
that are struggling to rent out. So it depends on the actual location.
Yeah. I mean, Sheffield's a great city. It's a big city.
Yeah, there's lots
But
going on.
everybody's buying cheap price per square foot, converting to one beds and studios because that's
Good
the
point,
best
Hayley.
yield.
Yeah.
And
Having said
there's an
that,
oversupply.
purpose-built block.
So you've got to be careful with that.
Purpose-built block.
Yes, I
is better
agree.
than conversion.
Yeah. No, without question, I
It's
can
about
see.
pre-letting it before you put spade in
It's
the
a
ground.
pre-let. It's a
Pre-let.
pre-let.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely pre-let, which is frustrating and very likeable.
I thought he was
Nice
fair with
guy.
what he wanted, offering us 75%.
Yeah, I think he was.
sensible
I think
guy.
he was sensible. Very sensible.
It recognised his input at
Absolutely.
50k
Yes.
was limited.
And humble.
Yeah.
And humble.
Yeah, so it's a real shame. Anyway, good guy.
Idris, talk to me.
Oh, stressful.
Yeah.
They didn't go for the pitch. They thought it was too far for me to go up and down. I didn't have the experience, which is right.
Okay.
So they did give me some useful advice. Told me to go down a different route, maybe instead of doing ground up developments, maybe do more like commercial to residential. And so that's what I'm going to be going.
Great. So still really constructive feedback
Yes.
and useful for you.
Yes, brilliant.
Yeah. So as well, I heard that Scott was really impressed with your pitch. He said it was brilliant. So I hope you're still really proud of yourself.
Thank you.
Congratulations and good luck. All the best for the future.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming on the show.
No problem. Thank you.
It's been another great episode. Some deals went to plan, but others not so much. That's all we've got time for today. We'll see you next time on Property Elevator.